There's only one more question that I want to ask you.
So far, there could be 1,000 more.
And you've given us great answers, and I know everyone's going to be happy to look at this video. And that's, sometimes we have people in the group, and I know everyone grieves differently. Some people have a hard time moving forward. Like, it'll be like years, and they still see themselves in the same place.
Do you see them in the same place, or do they see themselves in the same place, Catherine?
A combination. You know, they'll tell me they haven't moved any of their things, and I know I'm the same way. It took me 2 years to move his things. It was a hard thing because to me it was another loss. They're still posting photos of their spouse. They don't join in any of the social things. Mm-hmm. You know, they're...
they don't want to be a part of that club.
The comments are always negative. I just feel bad, like we want to help them, and I just feel bad. I feel like, how can they move forward if they're not seeking therapy or they're not joining in?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm jumping in because I want to say so many things.
Okay.
The first I want to say is there are many ways to answer that question, and I want to just start by saying that grief, we understand and we know, grief has its own calendar, and its beginning, it starts when it starts, and its end is as of yet undetermined. So some people grieve the minute the news has been reported to them. Others grieve weeks after the burial. Others find themselves crossing the street 6 months to a year later, all of a sudden feeling like something punched them in the stomach, and grief finally found them and caught up with them. So it's important for everyone who's watching to know that grief doesn't go on a certain timeline the same way for everyone. And there are folks in your group that might be 3 years out of a loss that seem to be stuck where someone 8 months out of a loss doesn't seem to be. And there are many reasons for that. One is because grief has no calendar. Another is because we have pre-existing stuff going on. What was the nature of our relationship to the loved one who died? What does that one's death re-stimulate in us to other previous deaths? Did it remind us of a father, a mother, a friend we may have lost? Was this the first or the second spouse? Did we have some type of difficult relationship? Were we angry with him or her? Do we feel guilty about things we did or didn't say and do? There's so many things that can impact the journey of grief, which is why talking it out is so healing. Both in a group where people can say, oh, I've been there, I know that, let me tell you how I got through that. And individually where you can actually have a therapist challenge your thoughts so that you don't sit inside of grief in the name of guilt or anger. That's only a part of the journey, not all of it. So I recognize that there are people at different levels and different time frames, but we have to move through it. You used the word moving forward, moving on. Many of my patients don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like moving
conjunction.
on. I kind of say moving forward, meaning I always feel that we take our grief with us wherever we go.
Right.
You know, it's 19 years for me, but I still grieve my husband on certain days.
Right.
But I'm not tripping over it.
Exactly. And so I say, from the folks that I've worked with in the support groups that I've been running, that the concept of integrating the loved one with the next part of our life is what helps. None of us want to think that we're moving on, which means we're leaving them in the dust. We're not. We're carrying them with us to the next part of life, which we must continue to perform. So when we bring them with us, we bring their things, the elements of their life, their clothing, a favorite shirt, a favorite chair of theirs, but we move it into the next place, whether it's a new home or a different room, and we carry them with us as opposed to staying back with them. That concept seems a little bit better because we don't have to worry about leaving anybody.
Right.
We're not.
We don't.
And I'm not talking spiritually, although if we could talk one day about that. But those that believe in a spiritual realm know that they're never away from their loved one.
No, I don't believe we are.
But those that don't have that faith will at least be able to carry some of the things that were part of their love with them into the next phase of life.
It's truly a struggle, and it's a very hard thing to move forward with and integrate yourself into life again. And we hope that everyone, between the bereavement and the counseling, finds baby steps into moving ahead. And that's what we wish for all of you. So
bear in mind that baby steps
Mhm.
are huge steps in the eyes of babies, right? So
Mm.
babies have steps that are scary to them. We have steps that are scary to us, but we make them. We absolutely make them. And there are people to help us along the way, to hold us and carry us until we can carry ourselves.
So I hope this video helps you, and thank you so much, Norman.
Please, let's do some more of these so that there are answers to questions that may come up in the future.
That would be great.
I mean, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.